You better be. Otherwise,
You've been contractually
yeah.
obligated.
All right, let's cue the music, shall we?
I don't know what we're yelling about!
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine? Kind of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style?
Who is this? What's your operating number?
Conversation anyway.
Whoa, we're gonna have company! Loud noises!
Hello.
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 I'm a Kendall Richardson.
I'm a Fulya and
And I'm a man who doesn't like technology. Can you tell? A Mugglista.
Who does? And you are now experiencing a podcast called Fred.
Yes, experiencing it through the mediums of way past my bedtime.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
Well,
no.
we'll try and get through this as quickly as we can so we can all go to bed nice and early. Let's start it off with the weekly watchings. Fulya.
Yes, hello.
Hello. What have you been watching?
So, we finished off the Master Chefs, which is really good. That is now all done and dusted. Grand finale happened, and the winner kind of made sense to me. Like it was gonna go one of two ways, and I kind of figured who it was gonna be. So so that was good fun to watch. And yeah, now I can go back to my regular wanting to watch times and go and watch whatever the hell I want other than just MasterChef. So yeah, did that. I also finally went out of my way to watch Star Wars Tales of the Underworld.
Nice.
Yes, finally got that out of the way. And I am so glad to have been able to watch that because, my goodness, the lore that we got to experience about Ventress and Cad Bane. Whew. I like it. I like it a lot. It was good to watch. And Ventress wasn't always the nasty bee that she is in Clone Wars and Rebels. So yeah, that was good fun to see. I really like that. And then Cad Bane, just the way that he grew up, street urchin with his best friend, and his ideals were much different compared to his friend. And yeah, it was really interesting to see. And the moment you see things sort of play out, you realize the path that he was taking, and I was like, okay, all right, I see. And yeah, it was it's a bit of a sad story, to be honest, for Cad Bane. So it's actually and when I say sad, it's not like because he had to make a choice and he decided to go down the bad path, and that made him who he is today. And so yeah, it was really interesting to find that out. So yeah, no, Tales of the Underworld, really good. And the only reason why I started watching that this week is because my good friends over at Carpool Gaming, they decided to do a Patreon exclusive podcast episode about the prequel trilogy of Star Wars.
Ooh.
And it was a 3-hour podcast.
Nice. 1 hour per movie, right?
Yeah, well, 4 hosts. There were 4 of them on the panel, and they were all just going through it. And my gosh, it was such an amazing discussion to listen to. I loved it so much, and listening to them rank their favorites of the 3. And the person that was on there that was the youngest, he said that the prequel trilogy was his first Star Wars, which makes sense. because he's in his like early 30s at the moment, so he kind of similar to us in a way. But yeah, no, it was a really good listen, and so it's got me wanting to go back and watch the like Star Wars saga, like the Skywalker saga, just from start to finish. But I'm like, where am I gonna fit it in? Where do I fit in each movie? 9 movies. But yeah, no, it was a good listen, so that's why I was like, you know what, I think it's time to watch Tales of the Underworld. So I managed to get through that in one sitting. But the one thing that I really want to talk about, because I had fun when I got to go out, I got to go see Beetlejuice.
Cool.
I got to see Beetlejuice the musical. I ended up
one
getting
more time.
Yeah.
Nope. Not saying it.
Yeah, but then Eddie Perfect will rock up at your
But
door.
the thing is, it needs to be in succession, right? 3 in a row, not break it up like they did in the musical.
Yeah, that's just the musical.
But this is I'm showing on the video version for those of you listening at home. I bought a program pack, which on the receipt said it was the Melbourne pack, right? So you're not just buying one program. So they came with one big program and one small program. The big one has all of the general sort of like the big pictures, like a little bit of text, and just talking about the show itself. But then the small one has the details about the cast, about the crew, a little excerpt where Eddie Perfect was actually just discussing why he wanted to do the music and the lyrics for this particular musical. And it was really interesting to sort of read that while I was waiting for the show to start. I bought this during the interval, because I'm the type of person that I don't want to buy the merchandise before the show. I would rather wait until after the show. But in this particular instance, I was like, you know what? I think it's better that I buy it during the interval. I'm enjoying it. I know I'm going to get merch at the end of it. I might as well just go grab it now. And it wasn't like there weren't huge queues at the merchandise stand, thankfully. So I ended up buying the program pack, and I ended up getting like a little enamel pin that is the book for the recently deceased.
Cute.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. But in terms of the actual show itself, it was so much fun. The staging, the lighting, the set pieces, the props, the way that they made Supernatural look real. It was actually really good. And Eddie Perfect was amazing. He was a great Beetlejuice. He broke the fourth wall a lot.
That makes sense.
Yes, he broke the fourth wall. He'd point out and talk to the audience, and he made a lot of Victorian references.
Nice.
For characters who have American accents, by the way. It was so funny.
Nice.
Yeah, his interpretation of the character was so good. He did a great job. I loved it so much. It was good fun. So yeah,
excellent.
That's what I've been watching this week.
That is excellent, Fulya. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
A lovely mixed bag. That's awesome. Mike, what about you? What have you been watching this week? Hello.
Well, hello. Well, I've continued my adventure in the Critical Role. I've watched another 10 episodes, 4 hours each, so that's been fun. I make up a lot of time. So that's been going great. It's going to be interesting how they adapt it, because the series is coming out like very soon. And I've sort of worked out that I'm going to watch the entire campaign before the first episode of the first whatever, how many episodes drop. I think it's like 2 or something. Being Amazon, it's probably 2 or 3. But I can't wait for that. A lot of interesting characters in it, and a lot of heartbreak, a lot of funny bits, and very sexy, raunchy stuff is going to happen in this show. It's going to be a mixed bag of fun. Yeah, and I'll just leave it at that because I don't want to spoil it. No spoilers here. Even though they're going to like detour away from the stuff, it's like what Vox Machina did, but for the Mighty Nine, it's going to be different, a little bit different in where things go. It makes sense because you can't really go one for one on a D&D campaign. Otherwise, it gets a bit boring, really.
Yeah.
Just mundane. It's like go to a place, do a thing, come back. Go to a place, do a thing, come back. Lore dump. So hopefully it's going to be a good mixture. And yeah, that's been going good. Other things that I've been watching as well. There's a YouTuber called Ish. And he does a lot of... this is the first video that I've seen. He does a lot of Minecraft stuff, which I sort of dabble in and out, basically. But there was one episode, one video that has been recommended to me, thanks to my algorithm, talking about how he did for a year 1,000 players on one server to simulate civilization. And there's basically 2 islands. One's rich, one's poor. Like the one island's like desolate desert. It's like there's only like one tree, and the other one is abundant with stuff. And it goes for 2.5 hours. So, and I would highly recommend people watching it. It's very captivating on how these people sort of like have a civilization, and you'll be surprised on the sort of how these people like work. And by the end, I almost was in tears of how good it was. It's like I'm not that big fan of like reality TV, but this is Minecraft, so it's got an added extra of weirdness to it. But it's how people sort of play the game and sort of and have like a game to play and sort of yes-anding each other. And yeah, I would recommend just having a little watch the first hour and see how you go with it. Like I wouldn't recommend like just like this. Yeah, people playing Minecraft. Is that really exciting? I found it pretty exciting. By the end, it's like, yeah, this is my jam. This is my weirdness like coming around. Yeah. Yeah, that was good, but that was all just YouTube stuff. I've been in the outside world. I went to the cinema.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because in Bendigo, I'm not sure where you guys are, but there was an advanced screening of The Naked Gun. I saw The Naked Gun.
Okay.
All right. I'm excited for this review then.
I liked it. It wasn't knock your socks off, because like it's very rare to have like a comedy just to say this is the best comedy ever. It's like, no, tonally I really enjoyed it. Just joke after joke, not taking itself seriously, which I like, as well as just having something that's part of your childhood, like the Naked Gun sort of stuff, but making it its own thing, and also sort of harking back to like the sort of jokes that like some jokes land, some jokes don't, but you're not really there for every joke to land. But I really did enjoy it, and I hope that, you know, if it was, I think another trilogy. I think another trilogy of this.
Okay.
Because Liam Neeson is he's a weird character, but he's dry as hell, and I like that sort of comedy of him being really serious but saying absolutely stupid stuff, like the my favorite joke in one of the trailers that they do in the movie is it's like, I see you spend 7 years in jail for man's laughter.
Yeah. I love that joke. That's so good.
Devil's Advocate, I think I enjoyed it more in the trailer than I did in the movie. But I think because I already knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, Pamela Anderson was great. I really enjoyed her in this role, and because she had fun and she had something to do instead of just the bimbo, the love interest. It's like they knew how to like have that sort of balance within, and the chemistry that they have. I mean, not to speak out into the behind the scenes, but Liam Neeson and Pam are now a couple, and you can sort of see it on screen. It's like they're really enjoying each other.
This is news to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently they are, yeah.
They're an item?
Apparently.
They're an item.
Wow, okay.
It's like a match weirdly made. and you can just see the chemistry on the screen. It's like it's absolutely it's quite nice. It's beautiful and in a weird film. There's certain jokes that I thought, you can sort of tell it's very influenced by like Family Guy sort of humor. Because I reckon there's jokes in there that sort of date the film, but what's really great is some don't date the film, and I actually quite like that because there's like a what's that a Timu? No, not Timu.
Yeah, Wish.
No, not Wish. TiVo.
Oh.
They do a TiVo joke. And that's definitely dated like another 20 years.
Yeah.
but yeah. I would recommend it. I would recommend it. It's quite amusing, and I really enjoy it. I don't want to go see it again. It's rare for me to want to go see it again. So yeah, I do recommend that movie.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So those are my things that I've been watching.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well,
what about you, Kendall?
Yeah. As for me, yes, I've been to the cinemas as well this week. I twice, in fact, which is feeling good for myself. Yeah, so shout out to Lido Cinemas in Hawthorne. They were celebrating their 10-year anniversary, and they were doing $5 movie tickets for a week. And basically every session was sold out. It was a huge success for them. And they're a great little cinema. They play a lot of the current stuff. And then they'll play like indie stuff, your foreign stuff, and then they'll do like retro. So they do all these like themed nights. It's the same cinema I went and saw Garth Marenghi's Dark Place in. Yeah, so
Garth
it's
Marenghi's Dark Place.
Hello, traveler. Yes. So yeah, it's a great cinema. And my partner and I went and watched I don't know if this is a great movie for couples to go see, but we went and saw Together.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Why does that sound familiar? Hold on.
So this is a horror film, Fulya, and definitely
okay.
You may not enjoy it.
That's probably why I haven't heard about it.
Probably. So, stars Dave Franco and Alison Brie, who are, speaking of real life couples, are a couple in real life as well. And it basically just follows them leaving the big city life to go live in the country because she's becoming a teacher and he's a kind of, rising musician that's kind of on the rocks with his career, and he's, now he's like, I'm going to support my girlfriend with her dream career, and so their relationship starts to kind of get into a bit of turmoil, and then that then leads into like them. They go on this hike together, and they fall into this cave, and then drink this water they shouldn't drink, and body horror ensues. I'm
Oh
not gonna.
no.
Oh no! Yes. This film was shot here in Melbourne. Which is really cool. Directed by Michael Shanks, not to be confused with the actor who plays Dr. Daniel Jackson in Stargate, SG-1. Same name, coincidentally. But this is an Australian director, Michael Shanks. And yeah, I really liked it a lot. I thought it was awesome. Mike, I think you'll enjoy this one.
I've heard a lot of good things.
Yeah, it's dark, it's weird, it's funny. Like there's some genuine laughs in there, but there's some really good jump scares. Like one of the young ladies in our aisle screamed at one point, and the whole theater just went up in hysterics. Everyone was laughing, but we were all in it together. Like, not to make a pun, but like there's just going to see a horror film in the cinema is such a great experience because you're all feeling the tension in the room. You're experiencing the atmosphere that's coming out of the screen at you all together. You're in this. It's a very, like, this is why I love cinema. It's a collective shared experience that you have as a group, and then you leave and you're changed by this piece of art that you've just watched. But yeah, it was great. Like the special effects makeup was super good. The script was great. The performances were good because, like, for a couple who are so, like, I follow them both on Instagram, and like, damn, they are like head over heels for each other. They played this couple that are like at each other's throats a bit, super well, in my opinion. I really liked it. And yeah, the ending was cool, and yeah, I really liked it. It was great. I can't say too much. I don't want to spoil too much, but it was fascinating and very clever.
I sort of already know.
I mean, you can kind of see.
Yeah.
You kind of know. If you've seen the trailer for the movie, you probably have a good idea where it's headed. But no, it's really interesting and really cool. So I saw that, and then later in the week, on its opening day here in Australia, I got to experience, finally on the big screen, The Life of Chuck, which is the new Mike Flanagan film, adapted from a Stephen King novella.
Oh, so it's scary.
Not really.
I've read the novella.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did read it. Yes, I remember now.
But
yes.
it has the one person that we all know Kendall loves.
Mark Hamill.
I mean, yes, Mark Hamill. Yes. Yes, Tom Hiddleston. This is Tom Hiddleston's new movie, in which he's one of 4 actors to play Chuck, the main character. But the film, and I'm sure the short story, the novella, is the same. It's very much more an ensemble cast. Like, Chuck is at the center of the story, but it's also like, there's a lot of really good characters that surround Chuck and his world and stuff. And it's told in reverse. The story is told in reverse. So you get Act 3, Act 2, Act 1. And at first I was like, oh, this is interesting. We get the ending first. But then, like, no. That's, like, the point of it, because there's a really cool twist that happens, and I'm sure Mike knows what it is, but there's, like, a really interesting...
I think they keep it vague, so I'm not quite sure.
Okay. Well, I'll have to read the novella then, to compare. But there's a really good twist when everything falls into place and you realize what you're watching, it's like, oh, that's what that was. Okay, right. So it's done really well, but it's a very poignant and moving piece of film about life and death, and what it means to be who we are and to be human. And the film references Walt Whitman quite a bit in a recurring bit, like his very famous poem. I forget the name of it now, but it's if you've heard the expression "I contain multitudes," that's from Walt Whitman's poem that's featured in this. But so it's kind of explores just Chuck going through his childhood and becoming who he is, and his influences in his life. And there's a great sequence in which Tom Hiddleston gets to dance for like 5 minutes, and he like had to learn how to do like it's a whole combination of like waltzing and tango and salsa and rumba and all these different forms of dancing. It just mixed into this one thing. And like, I don't know if you guys have seen pictures of like videos of him dancing, but he can already dance. And seeing him actually do the like legit proper, like the dude's got moves. I mean, I'm biased as hell, but he's great. He fucking moonwalked, you guys. He moonwalked.
Of course he did.
And I've just turned to Christina and just gone, I mean, I can't even. Mike, for those not watching the podcast, Mike just quote unquote moonwalked on the moon.
One small step for man.
Yeah. So again, my love for Michael Jackson and Tom Hiddleston collides, which is nice. But yeah, it was a beautiful film. Fulya, this is one I'd recommend for you as well. Mike should definitely watch it, but Fulya, I would like, if you get a chance to see this movie, it's great.
I was looking at the IMDb page for it, and did we do a trailer park for this? I feel like we did.
I think we did, yeah, a while ago. Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah. if I have anything to do with it, then yes. Yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did a trailer park for this one.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So yeah, look, it looks like looks really cool, and just having a look at even the cast list, and it's like Matthew Lillard, David Desmalchin, like Karen McGillian is also in it, and and just sort of seeing the different Chucks. I'm assuming it's in terms of like the age.
Yeah, basically, yeah, because like because it's told in reverse, so you have Tom Hiddleston first, and then you go back to his teenage year. Like, well, you actually go back to then the start, and then you go forward and forward, but it's still Act 3, Act 2, Act 1. I'm probably not explaining it really clearly. But
no, that's okay.
When you watch it, it makes sense.
And
everything's connected and everything. And yeah, the cast is amazing and it's beautiful. And I was crying by the end. It's like, so this might be a tissue movie, but not like a Notebook levels tissue movie, but it's definitely up there.
Yeah,
it's just beautiful. So.
If it does come to any form of like streaming service, then I'll definitely give it a go.
Yeah. Like, you probably don't have to go to the cinemas and see it if you don't want to. But yeah, if it becomes available to you at home, then 100% worth your time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then if you
great.
enjoy that, you can watch another Mike Flanagan, Stephen King thing, Dr. Sleep.
No.
Yeah.
Can't trick me into that. No.
Nick,
Hey, I cried at the end of that.
Oh yeah, that was great. Nick Offerman narrates Life of Chuck as well. He's the narrator.
Oh, Nick Offerman.
Yeah, which is excellent in the way his narration is used. It's done very effectively. So yeah, go see Life of Chuck if you want to go and have a nice time at the cinema. and get to see Tom Hiddleston dance his ass off, and just bring in the feels. Yeah, it's a really good movie. Yeah. All right, that's the weekly watchings. It's time to get into the nerdy news.
The nerdy news.
This is the news in nerdy news. The nerds that talk about the nerdy news. That is us who talk about the news that is nerdy. And now the queen of nerdydom, the hostess with mostest, Kendall Richardson. Take it away, Kendall.
All right, here we go. Some Marvel news to kick things off. Marvelous. In terms of casting for Avengers Doomsday, which, as we all know, is currently in production. Ryan Reynolds this week. We love Ryan Reynolds. He posted an image on Instagram without a caption. That was the Avengers logo, and then spray painted over that was the Anarchy logo, which of course is a capital A as well. And everyone was just like, oh my god, this means he's in Doomsday. He's gonna be in Doomsday. And now it's confirmed. Ryan Reynolds will be playing Deadpool in Avengers Doomsday. Deadpool is gonna be with the Avengers in some capacity.
That is gonna be insane.
It was a no-brainer.
You're 90.
It was, till you're 90. It was an absolute no-brainer to put him in the movie. So, this is fucking great. The other cool little nugget is that we might finally see the return of America Chavez, who we have not seen since Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. She has not been confirmed officially by any source, but she was asked about her work with the film recently, and she indicated that she's involved in the project. So so that's also exciting. I think that makes sense for her to be in this as well, considering her ability to move through different universes in the multiverse. So I think that makes all the sense as well. And plus, I love her as well. I thought she was great in Doctor Strange 2. So it would be nice to see more of her. But just the thought of Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool interacting with any of the people we know that is going to be in this movie. I mean, Doomsday was already up fucking here for me, and it's just gone up another notch. I'm like, this is gonna be amazing. I'm just really happy. So we'll see how it plays out, but good things hopefully are on the way. Fulya, what do you make of these characters appearing or potentially appearing in the next Avengers movie?
Look, Deadpool makes sense just because of what we've seen so far and the fact that, now he's definitely canon to the Disney Marvel universe.
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting to see how Deadpool interacts with the other Marvel heroes that he's definitely he's mentioned in his films in the past in sort of very sort of fourth wall breaky kind of a way, or just more so just making fun of them most of the time. So actually seeing him with them, it's going to be interesting, only because I feel like because he's more the anti-hero kind of a thing. It's the way that he's gonna end up potentially working against the Avengers, but then with them at the same time in some weird capacity. I don't know how or why, but it's just gonna be really weird to see that all play out, and just the way that he's Deadpool. I don't think he's going to like, will they allow him to be his usual self the way he is in his movie?
I mean, that's the question, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
you know, doing Deadpool Wolverine as an MA-rated film made sense, but Avengers Doomsday will not be that. So I think we need to prepare ourselves for a lot of fourth wall breaking about censorship in this
Yep.
one. And like he starts noticing he gets bleeped out or like he's hit his quota for
Yep.
how many times he can say
You get
certain
one
words.
fuck.
Yeah, he'll be allowed to
It
say
is
fuck
PG.
once. Or like it'll be a case of he gets one fuck and the whole movie builds up to Deadpool maybe saying fuck and then someone else comes in and says it before
It
he
just
can
ruins
actually
it.
say it. Something like that might be a bit funny. I don't know, but yeah, very good point, Fulya. Very good point.
Yeah. So that'll be cool to see just how they have Deadpool within this world. Now that he's part of it. So I am very keen on that. America Chavez, I honestly have forgotten her character. I really don't remember. I need to go back and rewatch Multiverse of Madness.
As you should.
Yeah. I do like Doctor Strange, but because it's been so long since I last watched these films and I've only watched them once through, a lot of the details have kind of left my brain. So, yeah, I might have to do a rewatch to remember her character. So, yeah.
I mean, totally fine. I think Marvel forgot about her as well, so you're not the only one.
Yeah. Looking forward to Doomsday though.
Yes, aren't we all?
Yes.
What about you, Mike? How do you
Yes.
feel about these characters showing up?
Well, Deadpool's probably a given. Trying to get him in there somewhere because Deadpool and Wolverine was like their first billion-dollar movie for a long time, so makes sense. And also, if you bring back some OG Fox X-Men people, bound to have Deadpool like running around there. And you could say if Hugh Jackman's coming back or not, but I reckon he will. Probably not for Doomsday, but maybe for Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Secret Wars? Battle World. If that's true, I would like him to interact with She-Hulk, and then they can have a fourth wall break off.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That's like 16 walls.
It's like 16. That's still one of my favorite jokes from that movie.
A fourth wall break inside of a fourth wall break.
Like 16 walls.
That's like 16 walls.
Gorgeous.
I just would want to see him interact with Robert Downey Jr. as Doom, and then he can quote Tropic Thunder. I'm just a dude disguised as a dude dressed as another dude.
Oh yes. Perfect. Please, yes.
Put
Let's
it into
manifest
the
that.
universe. See what
Yes.
happens.
Oh my
And America Chavez, well, out of all the Marvel characters that can actually hop, skip, and jump through realities, no doubt that she's like the draw card. And yeah, everyone's coming back.
Everyone's coming back.
Even the ones that you've forgotten, Fulya, they're coming back.
Yeah. And then I'll be Leonardo DiCaprio, the meme. Oh! I remember you.
I bet you've never even seen Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes, I have actually.
Oh.
I have watched it.
Isn't the pointing from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood though?
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
That one I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Oh.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
It's one.
I'm
It's
getting my
one
Leos
of them.
mixed up.
It's one of them. It's either Hollywood or Wall Street. I don't remember.
Is it the same movie that he goes match in the gas tank? Boom, boom.
I don't remember that because I have not seen Wall Street in a long time. Wolf of Wall Street. So
Damn. It's from What's Eating Gilbert Grape. My joke didn't land.
no.
no.
I've seen What's Eating Gilbert Grape as well, and I do not remember that part. So
Hey.
I need to rewatch my Leos.
Probably not. Probably not.
No, he doesn't need it.
Yeah, especially for that one. I mean, not to quote
yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder. He went full R word.
Yes. You do that, you go home empty-handed.
Sean Penn.
I am Sam.
I'm Sam.
Oh, such a
Rain
good
Man.
movie. He was nominated for an Oscar for that too. It's just great. Oh,
That's crazy.
it is crazy. 2008, man, what a time. Okay, let's move on to our next bit of the news. Keeping it on the superhero brand, this week Amazon Prime saw fit to release some photos to us of some of the cast from the upcoming Boys spin-off Vought Rising. This is a spin-off set in the 50s. It's a prequel show of sorts. And it's going to be focusing on Soldier Boy and his
Your man,
crew. Yes, Fulya, come on, keep coming.
Look, I've seen the pictures. He looks cool, but I don't know that I'm really that invested.
But it's Jensen.
I know.
It's Knuckles.
But yes, so we got to see what these characters are going to look like in the prequel series. Yes, really nice shot of Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy here. He's got a different outfit than what we're used to seeing him in his appearances in the show so far, in the main show, The Boys. I love the green jacket look and the slick back hair, very kind of 50s vibes going on in terms of a superhero outfit. I like it a lot. And then we have Mason Dye is the actor playing a character called Bombsight. I wonder if this is set in the 40s. The article said 50s because everything looks very like military. I mean, I guess Soldier Boy is, you know, their leader, so maybe they're just sort of basing it around Soldier Boy's whole dig. But yeah, Bombsight kind of, you can see on his jacket, he's got a whole lot of bombs that are emblazoned there, that are dropping, and some wings. He looks like an old school fighter pilot with the brown leather jacket and the white cravat going on. And then we have Elizabeth Posey playing Private Angel. She's got a gorgeous blonde hairstyle and a lovely white with tan trimmed sort of naval Air Force looking outfit. She looks great. And then we have Will Hockman as Torpedo, and he's definitely got a Navy vibe going on because he's got the dark blue, the navy blue, if you will, with the gold, nice gold big buttons on the front and the military regalia going on. So yeah, so they look really interesting, and it's I think it's going to be a really good show because it's going to be really cool to see what the Boys universe looks like back then, because we've already had a taste of it with when in season 3 when we had Stormfront and Soldier Boy, and Stormfront's going to be making an appearance in the show as well, which is very exciting because I loved Stormfront. I thought she was a fantastic villain, and very timely villain as well.
You like that sort of thing? Well, there's something coming up at the end of the month.
Something coming at the end of the month.
It's going to be a big Nazi rally in Melbourne. Anyway.
Fucking fantastic. Not to get political for a second, but just to say, feel free to edit this out, but that you heard about the Nazi people that marched in Melbourne in the balaclavas and stuff. Lee and I saw them. We literally last Friday
What were you
night,
doing at 1 o'clock in the morning?
we were leaving a bar. We were going home, and we walked out, and then they're just marching down, and they're all singing this song, and all their faces are covered, and they've got all their signs and shit, and we were just like, what the fuck? And then we ended up getting into a conversation with some random strangers for like 20 minutes, and one of them was a little bit drunk. I mean, we were drunk as well, but and it was just nuts. It was nuts. Anyway, fucking Australia is not far behind America, it seems, in certain
but think about it. They did it at 1 o'clock in the morning when no one was around. They covered themselves up. They're fucking
cowards.
Yeah, fucking cowards.
Yeah. Fucking cowards.
We're men. We're manly men.
We're manly men.
The sights that you see without your cricket bat.
Yep. All right. And at a point here. Yes, so I'm excited.
Operated boy.
I'm excited for the show. And yeah, the outfits look great. What do you think, Mike? Do you like what you see so far from Vought Rising?
Well, considering The Boys is actually finishing up soon. It's going to be the last season. I'm thinking it's coming up.
Yes, season 5 is the last. Yeah.
And Gen's V at the end of the year. The second one. So I reckon they've found a sort of little niche of having like not necessarily like a main cast from The Boys. I think they're just going to sprinkle a couple of things in the universe and having them like cross-pollinating and sort of building up the sort of universe that they have. It's cool. I like seeing period pieces and sort of a different universe sort of thing that involves like superheroes and also making fun of superheroes at the same time. And yeah, I'm all for this. Yeah, 40s, 50s, Cold War era. So what does that mean for that? That's going to be interesting. Like Soldier Boy is like, you got to get them commies. We got to enter Colombia. They can't do stuff. Yeah. I got like the real history, like interfering with fake history. So that's going to be fun. Yeah. And the only good Nazi is a dead Nazi. So there you go.
Yeah. God. We love it. All right. Let's move on to our last bit of news, which doesn't really bother me too much, but I imagine there's a lot of people out there that are a bit bummed by this because DreamWorks have decided to delay the upcoming long-awaited sequel for Shrek, which is Shrek 5. They're up to Shrek 5. Oh, drats. I know, we're so sad, aren't we? So, interestingly, this movie was originally supposed to come out in a year from now, on the 1st of July. It's less than a year from now. And then it got moved to the end of 2026, December 23rd, 2026. And now it's been moved a whole another 6 months back. So almost a year from its original date now. June 30, 2027 is when you can find Shrek back on your cinema screens in the new adventure. I still haven't watched any other Shrek movie except number 1, and you can take that as you will. You can feel free to at me. Everyone says I need to watch number 2.
No. Like if you're I was gonna say, if you're happy with just the first one, you don't have to go out of your way to watch the rest of them. They're good. Like the other, like they're like the second one and the third one's not bad. The fourth one, but like if you do want to, maybe just watch the second one at least, because that was a good time. But the other two is just like, it's fine.
there's a couple of contentions of saying the second one's maybe a little bit better than the first one, but
Yeah, I've seen that
that's
discourse.
for some
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I would say maybe just at least watch number 2, and then you
And
don't
then
really
leave it
have
at
to.
that.
Yeah, just leave it at that. Yeah.
Yeah, just like the Superman series. Just watch 1 and 2. No, watch anything else. Hey, Fulya. Great.
But there's no Donna cut.
There's no, no, not for this one. Yeah. So, yeah. Look, I'm okay with animated studios delaying release dates for their features if it means the animators aren't rushed off their ass and they're not overworking and being underpaid and all this stuff. You know, we all heard the shitty things that came out of the Spider-Verse stuff with Sony, and now they've, going, okay, we're gonna actually put the movie out when we can put the movie out at the benefit to the people who are making the damn thing. So hopefully this is the same sort of approach for the reasoning. I don't think there's a reason really given. They have not shared why. So yeah. So basically they've decided also to move there's another Illumination movie. I don't know if it's a Minions or something related, but it's, the Illumination is obviously the animation house that makes the Minions and Despicable Me movies, but they're going to be now coming out on the April 16th, 2027 as well. So yeah. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Again, we don't need this movie, and I'm sure there will be people out there that are disappointed at this news, and I feel bad for you guys, but we can wait. We can wait forever for this one.
Yeah.
Fulia, what do you reckon? Are you have any thoughts on the delay for Shrek 5?
Look, honestly, I'm it doesn't really bother me. Number 5 can take as long as it needs because it's just a movie that I'm not that overly excited about until they show me like some form of, at least give me a plot, like tell me what it's going to be about, and maybe like a teaser or something just so that I can see what to expect.
Yeah.
But at this point in time, I'm really nonplussed about it. They can continue making this, take however long you need. When it's ready, then I'll let you know if I'm gonna go see it or not, because by then they'll have a trailer. But at this point in time, it's whatever. Like, I'm happy with the movies I've already seen of Shrek. Like I said, number 1 is excellent. Number 2, so number 1's excellent and a classic. Number 2 is a lot of fun as well. 3 and 4 kind of dragged it on a little bit. So, but yeah, number 5, like you said, Kendall, it really didn't need to be a thing. So, like, I have no qualms in waiting. So, totally okay with that. As much as I really enjoy the world of Shrek, Shrek, Fiona, I love Donkey, but I don't know, like there's only so much story you can tell with those characters, right? Like, what else can you really do in a fairy tale themed land? Yeah. So I'm okay with waiting. It's fine, but it's like you could have just delayed it and not mentioned anything, and I don't think anyone would have cared. Honestly.
Exactly. Yes. Mike, do you have any thoughts on Shrek 5 being pushed back?
Yeah, it's only speculation. And the only thing I can find was the original date was December 2026. And they were up against Ice Age 4, wherever they're at. But I'm also seeing that it's Shrek 5 versus Toy Story 5. Either way, we're going back to 2010s.
Everything's just repeating itself.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit like so someone wrote down, I think it was last week, that we are going to get new King of the Hill, new South Park, and new Family Guy. So it's 15 years, 15 years again.
Yeah.
Is this today's date or 15 years ago? Yeah. So actually, I've watched the King of the Hill stuff, the new stuff. I liked it. I think it's my new feel good stuff.
That's good.
Yeah, they didn't really mess too much with like new age things. Essentially, it's the same thing, but newer. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have much. Yeah, watched the first two Shreks. Third one's and the fourth one, well, no one really remembers it. And why they need to do a fifth one, I don't know. But the second one I quite like because they've got a bit more star-studded cast in it, which I quite like. Yeah. What about you, Kendall? When is this coming out?
In 2 years. Okay, that's the nerdy news. We are done with that, which means it's time to roll on up to the trailer park.
Trailer park.
Rolling up to the trailer park where we all park all the trailers.
Yeah.
Okay, first trailer this week is for a film called Marty Supreme. This is the next Timothy Chalamet movie.
Chalamet!
Chalamet! If you watch the Oscars, you'll get the reference. Or if you live in meme culture, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, this is a movie that's been in production for a while. It's directed by Josh Safdie, one of the Safdie brothers, who makes some pretty good stuff, in my opinion. And also, A24 is the production company behind this, so it's definitely got a big tick in that column. Yes. This looks like a wild movie. It's a period film. It looks like it's set in like the 60s maybe, or the 50s even. Gwyneth Paltrow's here playing an elder actress, if you will. And yeah, Timothy's playing this young guy who is keen to make a name for himself as a superstar ping pong player. So it's a really kind of a random bit of material here, but his performance looks really good. I mean, he's always great to watch. He's such a good actor, a really, really great performer. So I'm kind of excited to see what he brings to the role here. And yeah, and it just looks quirky and funny and different. And yeah, I don't know much about ping pong, really. So, although, what he says in the trailer is true, it's massive in China. It's huge in Asia. It's one of the biggest sports over there. So it's funny that he's kind of taken this shrewd approach to being like, I'm going to go over there and be good at this and make all this money and all of that. And I love the bit at the end of the trailer where he's like orange ping pong ball, back and forth, and like and the dude being like, it's the Mighty Supremo ball, not the Mighty normal ball. I thought that was a little funny. But yeah, this looks good. I'm definitely checking this out. What did you make of Mighty Supreme, Fulya?
An A24 film that I am actually interested in.
Wait, what?
Wow.
I like the look of this. Like you said, it looks like it's going to be quirky and fun, and it's going to have its drama involved. But for whatever reason, I'm I'm always kind of intrigued by a sports drama film or like a comedy drama. And this one, like, I don't think I've ever seen a movie about table tennis before. I've only ever seen the sport on TV for the Olympics and stuff. I have not really seen it as like um a storytelling kind of a thing for a movie.
Forrest Gump counts?
I don't remember much. I need to do a rewatch of that. But yeah, so this has me very intrigued. I am very intrigued by this movie. It also is a bit of a period piece as well, so it's going to be really, really cool to see that all come to life. And just looking at the cast as well, like other than Timothy Chalamet, which honestly, I was looking at his face in this trailer and I'm thinking to myself, is that what's his name? I forgot his name. And then I knew who it was, but for whatever reason, my brain couldn't get the name. And I'm like, it's that guy, right? The one from June, Wonka, blah. Just my brain trying to piece it together.
Don't look up.
And yeah. And then, just sort of seeing him, the way that he's also being, the way he's dressed, the hair and all that, and the really scrawny looking mustache that I'm not quite a fan of, but I suppose it was a thing of the time. But yeah, like he looks great in that. And then we've got you're going to Paltrow's in it, and we've got Fran Drescher as well.
Yeah,
that's going to be interesting to see her sort of in this form of movie. I haven't really seen her in much myself, but it's just going to be really cool just to see all these other actors do their thing. And interested, very interested.
Nice. That's really good to hear, Fulya. I love this. Mike, what did you think of Marty Supreme?
Didn't quite grab me that much.
Yeah.
I'm opposite end.
Opposites
Probably an
today.
A24 film that I don't want to see. Which I'm actually quite surprised, because there's a couple of things that I'm trying to think of something that you might. Oh, anything everywhere all at once. There you go.
Yeah.
There's something that you might like. Hello, donut. Sorry, bagel. Stupid.
Good call. Good call.
Everything is a bagel. Everything is awesome. I still need to see Uncut Gems. I just need to be in the right headspace.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, it didn't really quite get to me. I do like Chalamet. He's a very very versatile sort of character actor, and sort of like the new generation's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, sort of like heartthrob as well as can do weird shit, and yeah, I do like him in Wonka. So there you go. And of course Paul Atreides. My Paul Atreides. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Kyle MacLachlan's always going to be my Paul Atreides. 30-year-old guy playing a 15-year-old. I can't really talk about too much. Bit of slice of life, bit of a history done, and it's got its audience. It's just not for me, dog. So when is this movie coming out that I'm not going to see?
Well, I mean, good for you, Mike, then, because it doesn't have an Australian release date at the moment.
Oh, so it's not coming out ever.
There's going to be a limited run in the US beginning on Christmas Day, but if you're in the UK, you can check it out on Boxing Day, the 26th of December. So it'll
Nice.
probably be a January movie for us, I think, if it's not out Boxing Day. So, alrighty. Our second trailer, different kind of movie here is Eleanor the Great. This is Scarlett Johansson's directorial debut. And it looks really great. June Squibb is just wonderful. At 95, she just keeps going. Touch all the wood. And she's just so charming and lovely, and just, you know, this just looks like a really sweet film that's also, you know, got a lot of heartfelt moments, maybe some sadness in here, but you know, I loved the way this trailer was put together in terms of, like, you think it's just I mean, yeah, it is kind of a snapshot, like you just said about Mighty Supreme, Mike. Like, it's a sort of a snapshot film, where we're looking into this woman's life in her elder years, and she's moving from one place to the other. She's, you know, in New York, and you know, trying to make friends and meet people, and, you know, saying goodbye to her friends who are passing away, family, and all of this, and so there's a lot going on. And then, yeah, she ends up meeting a young reporter who's like, I want to do a story on you because you're a Holocaust survivor. And the way that they brought that into the trailer is like, oh, okay, so it's like there's another layer to this. It's not just here's this beautiful old lady in her twilight years. It's, oh, there's some meaning here. And then you have the relationship between you know, the daughter and the father. So Aaron Kellyman from Falcon Winter Soldier is playing the young reporter here, and then Chiwetel Ejiofor is playing her dad, who's a news reporter as well. So there's lots of moving parts here, but it looks really nice and really good, and I'm excited to see what Scarlett's eye is as a director as well, because obviously we know her very well as an actress at this point. Getting to see what she does behind the camera is really exciting, and the movie got a lot of great positive reactions at the Cannes Film Festival and Toronto Film Festival last year. So yeah, I think I'm gonna watch this for sure at some point. What about you, Fulia? What did you think of Eleanor the Great?
I think this one's gonna make me cry if I watch it.
Yes.
Yeah, this looks like it's gonna be a bit of an emotional roller coaster. Um, very much the tearjerker, and I'm not sure that I'm ready to watch a film like that, to be honest.
Yeah.
It just like, it looks like it'll be really sort of eye opening, but maybe not so intense. Just more of a, just kind of hit you in the feels kind of a way, in terms of eye opening, and but like, it looks great. I think this is going to be a great movie. I don't know that I'm going to be able to emotionally
Yeah,
be able to watch this kind of film. So
that's totally fair.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day I might end up watching it, but I just don't think I'd be able to watch this at the cinema, because I know I'll be a mess. I'll be an absolute mess if I watch this in the cinema.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Mike, what did you think of Eleanor the Great?
Cinema's not for emotions. Yeah. Definitely, definitely, ditto. Definitely is going to be a tearjerker. It's going to be one of those learning about a history about someone's whole life, and yeah, just and probably for, not to downplay it, but it's definitely source material that's playing it safe for someone's first direct debut. So nothing too serious. I mean, there's no Marvel special effects or anything like that. I don't think it's going to be like that. It's just going to be a nice subtle piece, and just people going through the emotions, and talking about someone's life, and yeah, I would probably watch this one, but probably the same as Fulya, probably not with other people. I watch it by myself with tissues on hand. Yeah, big sucker for old people story. So when's this coming out?
Yes, well, Eleanor the Great also doesn't have an Australian date just yet, but
Ooh.
in the US it'll be in cinemas on the 26th of September.
Remember.
And our last trailer to talk about is completely different to the previous two things. It's an animated TV series coming out soon on Netflix, and it's called Haunted Hotel. This was my favorite trailer this week. I'm definitely watching this straight up. Made by Dan Harmon and a bunch of other people worked on Rick and Morty. The humor's there. Will Forte is here as well.
Hello, I'm Will Forte.
We love Will Forte. He can do no wrong. And yeah, this just looks like a great premise, like this family that own a haunted hotel.
A dead family.
For some reason made me think of what if Trivia Murder Party was a TV show, because the hotel had very similar vibes if you've played that Jackbox game. But yeah, this just looks like a good time. It looks fun. I'm always here for supernatural stuff, and just the comedy that surrounds ghosts and demons and things that just get in the way of them trying to run this hotel and get through their daily lives and all of that. And yeah, it looks really cool. The animation's fun and colorful as well, and yeah, entertaining and engaging to watch. So I liked this trailer. I like this show. I'm definitely checking this out. What did you make of it, Fulya?
I was kind of giggling watching this trailer. And I'm looking at it thinking, oh, okay, this is kind of like a Haunted Mansion kind of vibes, but almost Adult Swim, but not really. And it looks funny, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch this. It looks like it's just going to be some, good fun. What's the one of the? What is this? Like this a demon that's stuck in a really old school Shakespearean kid's body. That character.
Yeah.
Damien.
It's
all for you, Damien. It's all for you.
Having kids getting possessed and all that sort of stuff. So I think this is just going to be some good fun. I reckon I might jump on board with this one eventually when I decide to get my Netflix back. Yeah, looks like it'll be fun. So
yeah. Cool. Mike, what did you think of this trailer?
It looks very good, and I'm a big sucker for Will Forte. Yeah, just having. I don't know. It's sort. It does remind. It reminds me of the first time I watched Cabin in the Woods, where it's not necessarily a parody of all these things, but you can sort of see the influences of them, especially with like Damien, the Devil Child, and also like all these different goose and goblins and ghouls and all that just frequent a haunted hotel. So that's going to be interesting, and it's also like a family scenario as well, like trying to run a business but also raising a family at the same time. So yeah, yeah, I'll watch it too. I will watch it too because I still have my Netflix and I can't wait for it to be bitterly disappointed when they just have one season and that's it.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch out for that.
It is Netflix, of course.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 4 seasons and done.
They love doing that.
Yes. Yes. So when is this coming out?
Yes, well, we do have a date for this one. Haunted Hotel will be on Netflix on the 19th of September.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't wait.
One more month.
They always do like within the month, don't they?
Generally. Okay. That's Trailer Park. So that means we're done with that, and it's time
Oh,
for
yes.
the moment.
Aha.
For the segment, the section, the part, the place, the spidey sense that tingles. We like to call it the thwip whip.
Thwip thwip. Popcorn culture.
Watch me whip. Watch me nay nay.
Oh my god.
No.
God, surely there's a video on YouTube somewhere of like someone dressed as Spider-Man doing it. There has to be.
I should have said
fantastic.
I should have said something else.
Oh.
Watch me whip. Watch me Aunt May. It was right there.
Hey, you got there in the end.
And you get a golf clap from me, so I love it. I love it. Thank you. Okay, popcorn culture. So, we are taking it back a few months to a show that we didn't talk about on the pod. Mike talked about it because he watched it when it aired, but now we're going to do a deeper dive into it, and that is, of course, your friendly Neighbourhood Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
So does whatever a Spider Pig does.
This is the animated Spider-Man show under Marvel Animation, so that's the same branch that does What If and Eyes of Wakanda, which we talked about last week. So keeping it on brand as we continue. And this show was originally called Spider-Man Freshman Year, announced back in it was announced at a Comic-Con years ago. Finally came out this year after a retitle. And my overall thoughts on just the first 2 episodes. So we're going to talk about episode 1 and episode 2. And I will have their names in
Amazing Fantasy.
Amazing Fantasy and The Parker Luck. Yes, thank you, Fulya. Overall thoughts on these 2 episodes. They're really, really good. Episode 1 is such a good pilot for this show. I think it really does a great job of establishing the world and establishing Peter in this world and Aunt May and his situation and the characters and how he gets his powers and everything. It's just a really good start, I thought. And then the second episode continues that. I think it really takes the momentum forward and sets up a lot of really interesting things. I think my favorite thing about the show is the fact that it's clearly set in a different universe, but it's in a universe that's not too dissimilar from ours. Because when I was watching episode 1, and I'm hearing that song, Left Hand Free or whatever it's called, I'm like, that was in another movie called Captain America Civil War. And I'm like, hang on a second. And I should have put it together earlier because right before that song started playing, that's when he got the DVD player. And in fucking Civil War, when Peter walks in, he's got a fucking DVD player that someone just threw away. So they set that up the exact same way. And I was like, what's happening? Is Tony Stark here? What's going on? And then
in the universe.
And he does exist in the universe, yes, but it's not Tony Stark. It's a different character. Norman Osborn. I thought that was a great twist. the way that episode ended with that hooked me immediately. So I'm like, let's go. The fact that it's just going to be just slightly adjacent, slightly different from what we know in the main MCU 616 timeline. Yeah, it's really cool. So, and I love the animation style of the show. The fact that it looks like a comic book is just great. It's really really cool. It's bright and it pops and it flows really well, and I love how they go in and out sometimes of comic book like
Panels.
panels. That's the word I needed. Thank you. Panels. Yeah, it's really really cool, and like the credits of the show too are sick as well. So I'm so glad that we're watching this, and I'm so annoyed that I missed this earlier in the year. So better late than never, I guess.
Yeah.
Fulya, what are your overall thoughts on the first two episodes? How did you find it?
I just kind of want to roll off what you were talking about with the visual art style of this show. It's absolutely beautiful. I love that it's literally comic books brought to life. The panels, the cell shaded looking characters with with all the shadowing and all that sort of stuff, and I love it's just aesthetically pleasing to the eye. It is so cool. I'm so glad that there is something like this out there that is now finally comic books now animated. Like literally brought to life, and it's just an animated version of. I just love. I was just in awe of the art style of this animation. It was just wonderful to watch. I love it so much. The story so far, like you, Kendall, I don't know why I didn't start watching this when it first came out. It's actually a really cool sort of story that's sort of that, and world building is really awesome. The characters that we've met so far, they're very interesting. The fact that they wanted to introduce Peter Parker not as Spider-Man initially, but then going into it, and how he gets his power, which was very very intriguing, the way that he got his power, by the way. And I think the whole idea that this was post Uncle Ben passing away, he's living with his Aunt May, and he's starting at his new high school, and it's a high school for intelligent people apparently. So that was also really cool, to see that he's going into a very intellectual high school, and yeah, I just love what this is so far. Very very kind of just I'm invested. Let's just put it that way. I love my animations. This is a very unique style of animation that I have not seen yet, and I'm so glad that it's come to life. So yeah, I am very entertained so far.
Nice. That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. Mike, this is your second time watching this.
This is my second rewatching. Yeah.
This is your how's it holding up for you? Are you still you enjoyed it the first time, right? So how are you feeling about it now?
I did. If memory serves, I was a bit. The animation was a bit trying to get used to it, because it does remind me of what. Speaking of Doctor Who, it's me and my Doctor Who. When they were trying to recreate episodes that are no longer with us, that they've only got the audio, so they have to make animations. It sort of reminded me of that, sort of 2D, 3D sort of thing.
Yeah,
like 3D models, but with 2D drawn on. And yeah, and doing a lot of it does harken to the sort of stylized sort of comics from the 60s, so they sort of dwell that in, and it's a big celebration of all things Spider-Man. With the story, I was hooked after the first episode. I was like, oh, this is very interesting. I kind of like the fact that if you know much about the Spider-Man mythos, especially in Marvel Spider-Man, it definitely has elements of it sort of being a wink and a nod if you know the 616 universe, as well as the person who does the voice for Peter Parker also does the Hudson Thames. He also does the he also does the Peter Parker in the What If series as well.
Yes, that's right.
So there's a lot of connections with that as well. Yeah, just a unique origin story for this Spider-Man. A lot of people were speculating, it's like, oh, is this like we're going to see the backstory of the Tom Holland Spider-Man? It's like, no, this is something completely different. And I actually quite like that, because it makes it more of a mystery. And also, it's familiar but unfamiliar at the same time. And especially at the ending of the first episode, it's like, it's beat for beat for the first Spider-Man movie. Well, no, it's for
Civil War.
Not Spider-Man, Civil War. He gets introduced in Civil War. See, I know my Marvel. Shut up. Expecting it going to be Tony, but it's not. It's Norman Osborn. And he's a bad guy, isn't he? I'm not saying anything. But I was definitely quite happy with the sort of the take when it comes to this particular Spider-Man, as well as some stuff that's going to happen in the future. So it's going to be cool and interesting, and watching it for the second time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
Cool. Spider-Man. Yeah, cool. So I let's talk about Peter Parker. I'm really enjoying this version. Like, he's not entirely dissimilar from Tom Holland's Peter Parker, but he's definitely a bit nerdier, I guess. I mean, Tom Holland's Peter is a little nerdy because he's a bit, awkward and unsure of himself at times. But I feel like he's, not to the degree that this Peter is. But I kind of like that because, he I don't know, it's interesting watching this in the first two episodes and just thinking, like, he's kind of getting along with everyone, really. Like, I mean, except for, his teachers when he's like, running late to class and the people at Oscorp. But all the high school students, like, he's got one of the fucking star football players wanting to team up with him in science class and make his way, and like, and like he walks in on them doing their, hype prep for game day, and I feel like Peter's coming in with like the, oh gosh, what have I got myself into? But then like immediately, like, he's one of them, and there's no segregation really going on between like the cool kids and the nerdy kids and all of that. Like, so it's kind of a little like utopian in that sense, especially because in other versions of Peter Parker's story, there's you have like Flash Thompson as the bully character, and we've seen that done twice in live action, and I mean, this is kind of nice to do something a little different. I mean, we just saw Fantastic Four, and that was sort of a utopian Marvel world, I guess, in a way. Everyone's getting along. So wait, what?
It's where humans like each other. There's no segregation. There's no Jim Crow. What the hell?
What the hell? But yeah, no, I like him, and I like how he's he's just as great as Peter Parker as he is when he's Spider-Man. Once he starts doing everything with his powers, and the way they animate the web slinging scenes and set it to like just really great music. Whoever's curating the soundtrack and picking the needle drops is doing a really good job, I think, because a lot of the music is just fits in really perfectly, and the score is really great too. But yeah, I think he's great. Like the fact that he's just willing to uh, get out of school so he can go stop crime from happening, you know, and get out of it, this internship thing so he can do that. And that was funny, like, him coming back in and like, yeah, I sent him down to get this. And like, oh, sorry, it was a really long line at the bathroom. Like, okay. Yeah, we have a problem. Yeah, so I think he's good, and his bond with Aunt May is really good, and they're obviously sad about Uncle Ben, but there's an understanding between them as well. And yeah, I don't know. And then like Peter having a crush on another student, and then making friends with. I like Nico a lot. I think she's a great character, and she looks cool. I mean, she's got purple hair. I love her hair, or blue hair. Is it blue? It's blue. Anyway, she looks great. Yeah. So no, Peter's fun. Fulia, what did you think of this take on Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man?
Yeah, this is actually a really cool looking Peter. I feel like this is the kind of Peter Parker that I would have probably liked to have seen in like the Marvel films. He's nerdy, but he's very like he knows what he's talking about. This particular world where I honestly I thought he was going to get into some sort of jam with the football team as well. Like when he came up across their little sort of ritual thing with the trophy. And I was like, oh no, something's going to happen here. But then when we find out that, what's his name? The character that teams up with him?
Lonnie.
Lonnie, yeah. When he sees Lonnie there, and Lonnie sees Peter, and it was just like this little, like, it's very, very friendly, very warm. I kind of like that about Lonnie as well. The fact that he's not your average, stud football player who thinks he's cool. And especially, like, even Peter was like surprised when Lonnie was like, hey, Teach, I want to partner up with Peter Parker. And Peter was very shocked, and he's like, oh, damn, now I'm going to do the bulk of the work. But he didn't think that maybe he would be smart, that he was actually, a bit of a nerd himself, learning about all this sort of stuff. And that little scene that they had when they partnered up to do stuff, and then as Peter was explaining like all the sciencey stuff, and he's like, oh wait, hold on a second, and then he starts slowing down and explaining things, and then Lonnie cuts him off and is like, yeah, no, I know. So that was a nice little interaction, just seeing that, and just Peter. I feel like Peter's a little bit more wholesome in this particular version. He's not the Tom Holland so energetic kind of personality type of Peter Parker. He's a bit more sort of chill, but even though he still gets excited about things, he's just not to the level that the Tom Holland version is, right? And I kind of don't mind that. I know that he gets excited about stuff, and he's always awkward about certain things, like especially girls, and but he's not that, like over enthusiastic about stuff, which is a nice change. It's refreshing. So I kind of like this version of Peter Parker mostly from all of the variations of Peter Parker I've seen so far. So yeah, no, he's cool. He's cool.
He definitely is. Mike, what are your thoughts on this version of Peter Parker and Spider-Man?
I kind of like it, considering if you're updating like certain aspects. I mean, high school nowadays isn't the same as a high school that we used to grow up in. Like, sure, you got your clicks and all that, but it's if Peter Parker is like quasi nerd. I mean, the nerds aren't really social outcasts anymore. I mean, considering where the world is, nerds are sort of running the place, which is a bad thing. We probably need more bullies now. Want to save the world? Bully a nerd.
There needs to be a balance.
Yeah, needs to be a certain balance. Throw them to the wolves. And considering now that Peter comes across as like, sure, he's not that like socially awkward, but it's more to do with like the relationships he's sort of having is more of the more of the conflict of trying to keep your friendships as they are, but still having this secret, as well as trying to have a relationship with the opposite sex, which is always like a big, not taboo, just it's a tale old as time. I mean, I mean, you will get socially awkward at times, and hormones are going ballistic because you're a teenager and all that stuff. So it's all the same. So it's something that you can still connect with, and not necessarily it's like, oh, this is the nerd, this is the jock. It's like, nah. What I'm saying is the Breakfast Club is out of date, and we shouldn't be watching that now.
I've never even seen it.
How dare you?
But you just said.
I'm saying it's out of date. Don't watch it. Watch Euphoria. I haven't seen Euphoria. I don't want to see that either.
I've seen Euphoria.
Yeah, I'm not that crash hot with
Totally fair.
with that, especially when you've got a daughter. Anyway, yeah. So I kind of like the adaptation when it comes to this Peter Parker. Sort of has the hints of like Tobey Maguire, but it also has a bit of a Andrew Garfield as well. Like, he's not necessarily like the I'm a nerd. He's more of the cool guy. I mean, he has a skateboard that he only uses once, so take it as you will. But he's still quippy as well. He still makes the jokes, which is quintessentially a Peter Parker thing of just making jokes on the fly. Yeah. And if we're going to lump the first episode with the second episode,
Yes.
he's not infallible either. I mean, getting dressed in a in a stairwell, it's like bound to have cameras as well. You idiot. so there is that. He's learning as he goes. He hasn't reached his full potential yet. So I like it so far, but I can't really spoil that much. But we do see a lot of other people as well, wherever we go from here.
Yes. Well, I wanted to just quickly get your guys' thoughts on the excellent origin scene where he gets bitten by the spider. And we have that really, really cool fight with a Doctor Strange from wherever. Yeah, we get to see a lovely Doctor Strange portal open up, and out they come, and I just loved the hilarity of the idea of a radioactive spider just chilling, like just hanging on his web in the middle of this portal. Like, it was very funny to me. But no, I love this whole sequence. Like, you know, Peter gets to Midtown High and he's like, "This is the first day of the rest of my life," and then bam, everything just like it literally is the first. It is the first day of the rest of his life because it's the day he gets bitten, you know. So it's different for a different reason, which is cool. But no, I loved that whole sequence, like the way it was animated, and Doctor Strange was like just really cool. I don't know. I mean, I love Benedict Cumberbatch and seeing him in live action, but for some reason I liked this Doctor Strange more, and like the way he was talking to his cape and using his cape, and
He got the gloves. He got the gloves.
he's got the gloves, like, and he's doing all different kinds of spells and being like, okay, I'm not going to use that spell again, you know. So, yeah, it's just, yeah, it was just a really cool sequence. And then like Peter getting involved and seeing him do the hero thing even without any powers and saving Nico was great. And it was a cool like way for the two of them to meet and become friends as well. Yeah, it was just great. And then and then the spider bite happens, and then the rest, as they say, is history. But Fulya, did you like this origin story for how Peter gets his powers? Mike, do you have something to say first?
Sorry, not what makes history, what makes a canon event.
Yes, a Nexus event. Yes. A Nexus event. Very well put. Yeah, Fulya, what did you think of this origin for Peter?
Yeah, look, it was really nice to sort of see that all play out. A bit more shorter compared to variations of this kind of origin story that we've seen in the past. But I kind of like that it's done in such a short amount of time. It doesn't outstay its welcome. The Doctor Strange fight with the symbiote alien, and it's so I'm just like, oh, Venom. Hello.
Yeah.
And just the way that whole battle sequence kind of played out, and especially when it got down to the point where Doctor Strange was using his cape very well, his powers. It was really cool. The fact that he was about to stop, like he used his time dilation to get the truck out and not completely go through the thing, but then the symbiote alien was like, nope, not gonna have that today, so he just ended up having to let it go. So unfortunately, Doctor Strange from another universe caused some significant property damage. But I love that Peter ended up meeting Nico in the way that they did, and just throwing a brick at the head of that alien is like, hey, go maybe pick on somebody your own size, but you seem a bit bigger than what I expected. That little sort of dialogue that he had after hitting the alien in the head with the brick was actually quite humorous. And it was really cool. Hey,
he killed him.
Yeah.
Or are we going Home Alone rules?
Just knocked him out.
Okay.
But yeah, no,
it was, he'll be dead.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this whole thing was really cool. And then as soon as Doctor Strange ends up, packing up and leaving and closing the portal, all of a sudden the web of this little spider that's just been hanging there as if it was on a ceiling or something just gets sliced, and it's like, and right onto Peter's back. I kind of liked the little sequence of how he ended up getting bit, to the point that we get to see how it affects his body initially, right? From that bite, he faints. He just passes out. But Nico's just like, my name's Nico. And then all of a sudden, because of that bite, he reacts in such a weird way that Nico feels offended about the fact that he's about her name. So that was actually quite funny to watch. But I really enjoyed watching that sequence. It was actually really cool.
Nice. Mike, what did you make of this origin? What did you think?
It's a very interesting term of events.
Are you okay, Michael?
Yeah. I'm
Are you hesitating because it's gonna things in here are gonna come back later?
It's it's sort of out of left field of this wizard just popping out of nowhere. Sorcerer supreme, and coming out of a portal and symbiotes is like and then after that, there's no real sort of stuff at the end.
I will mention that spider didn't die after biting Peter. He popped off somewhere else.
Could say no. Don't say that.
You gotta be careful what you say now.
Yeah, I like the sort of style of animation within the sort of the action sequence within. It's because definitely I even though I knew what was coming, I definitely went, oh, a brick to the face. It still gets me. It's like, nah, I don't like that. Because I've had a brick fall on my foot before. It hurts.
Oof.
And Doctor Strange is a strange character, and seeing him use his power as well, like doing the time bendy thing and out of body sort of scenarios is really good. And also, I'm not, if memory serves, they can't really use symbiote. It just looks like it because they can't really do that. Because
that's
Sony's
probably
got
right.
it.
Yeah.
So it's her by looking only. And
Yeah, in appearance only.
Yeah.
So will this turn up? I don't know.
I mean, the character of that alien is voiced by someone, and they are credited as symbiote alien. So,
Okay.
All right.
I don't know.
But which symbiote? Yeah. I plead the fifth.
Love it.
Okay. Moving on.
Excellent. Moving on. Interesting. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, we get a setup that's similar to a scene from Captain America Civil War that then reveals Norman Osborn as a player here. Voiced by the incredible Coleman Domingo, which I think is just fantastic. He's a very, very talented actor, Oscar-nominated actor, doing the voice of Norman here, and I really like he's just got a great voice anyway, but like I really like him in this role, and I'm really excited to see what they do with Norman. And obviously Harry's here as well. So we're going to be definitely playing with maybe with the Green Goblin at some point. I suppose you don't introduce the Osborns and Oscorp for no reason. Although we also have a Dr. Connors here in episode 2, a female Dr. Connors. So another interesting twist. Could there be a lizard appearance at one point? Who knows?
Well, she doesn't have an arm.
That's right. She doesn't have an arm. Yeah, the possibilities are endless. But yeah, I really loved, like, you mentioned it, Mike, like, this is what got you hooked. It's what got me hooked as well. Like, that setup and then the payoff of it's Norman fucking Osborn on Peter Parker's couch is such a good twist and such a good. This is when multiverse stuff really works. I feel is when you show just how similar worlds can be and outcomes can be different, even though the setup is the same. So I thought that was just awesome, and I literally just went from just watching it and going, hang on, oh, So I loved it, and yeah, and the idea of Peter doing an actual internship, because the whole joke was in the MCU was Peter Parker was doing an internship for Tony Stark, but it wasn't an internship. as we all know. But so here he's actually doing an internship at Oscorp, and he's having to navigate that whole thing. And I liked how he's just like, I've been told to see Norman Osborn directly. He said
He was
come
really stuck on that.
yeah. It was so funny though, because he's like, because why does nobody believe me? Like he's just so like endearing and just like earnest about it. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean you don't believe me? That's what I was told. But yeah, I'm excited for where they're going to take Norman and maybe whatever they're going to do with Harry. I don't know. We've had one interaction where Spider-Man saved Harry Osborn already in the first episode. So yeah, seeing Peter get into Oscorp and all of this, and yeah, I can't wait for the when things are going to go bad, obviously, at some point. But I'm really looking forward to how that's going to unfold. Fulya, I'm curious because I know how your brain works a little bit. Did you notice the similarities in the setup between the Civil War scene versus the scene here, with the same song and the same shots and the hints of it with the DVD? Like, did you pick up on any of it, or because it's been so long since you've watched Civil War, you were like, what?
I honestly did not make the connection. So my
Yeah.
brain was just more of a,
That's
this is
okay.
really cool. So it didn't click at all.
Yeah, okay. That's all right. That's totally fine. I just wanted to
Yeah.
check. I was
all
just
good.
curious to see if
Yeah.
it did. But what do you think about Norman Osborn being introduced this way as sort of like, taking Peter under his wing?
Yeah. When we find out that it's Norman Osborn, I was thinking, like, I was a little apprehensive about it. I was just like, oh, okay. Cool. I hope he doesn't turn on him, but we all know the lore of Spider-Man. So yeah, and then especially once he ends up finding out that Peter is Spider-Man, that's kind of, that cliffhanger has me very worried about what's gonna happen next, and how, like, I feel like Norman is definitely going to be using Spider-Man to his advantage, in some shape or form. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it was very intriguing to find out that it was Norman Osborn on the couch. I liked that the interaction with Aunt May, and she had no clue who he was. It's like, I'm sorry, names to faces, So that was actually quite funny to watch, and Peter's just like so embarrassed about his aunt not knowing who he is and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, so I'm a little worried for Peter. We'll just put it that way. But I guess we'll find out what's going to happen in the next few episodes.
Absolutely, we will.
Yeah.
Mike, you know what's coming. But just if you remember your initial thoughts on like what you thought about Norman Osborn here in these first two episodes, like it being introduced instead of Tony Stark. Like, how, I know you talked about it a little bit already, but like, do you like the way he's been used here in the series so far?
I do. And thinking back of my initial thoughts is, they changed it up, and it could be anything. It's new, it's different, it's unusual, and I kind of like that aspect of, we can go anywhere now. Maybe if some weird reason, maybe Tony becomes the bad guy. I mean,
Why
maybe
would that
becomes
be?
the Doctor's Doom. And this is before Doctor Doom too.
Yeah.
So yeah. I was down the clown. I was going to be freshly unique story, and having this sort of parallel of what we know within the MCU of the Avengers are a thing. I mean, we know Tony's around, and even Captain America's around, and we see the picture of him with Norman Osborn, and also his teacher calling him Hawkeye, and even in this universe, Hawkeye is a joke. so I can't, yeah, I like this sort of aspect, and the relationship that he has with Peter is a unique one within this story, because we've seen like the Tobey Maguire ones, and we're a big fan of William Dafoe, but this one's good too. just seeing him just being just a different sort of character choice within it. It's not necessarily like sort of like the William Dafoe sort of thing. It's more to do with in a weird way. Fulya, you've been watching the Superman cartoon.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Are you up to Lex Luthor at all? I'm not quite sure.
What do you mean by up to?
Have you?
He's been in it since the first one, hasn't
he? Yeah, he sort of has the sort of same sort of demeanor, sort of gravitas that he has in that. So I can sort of see sort of parallels with that, like tech genius, but also suave and sophisticated, and
yeah, I can see where you're coming from that. Yeah,
and a dad as well, because when we're seeing Norman Osborn, he doesn't really have that turn. But does he do it yet? We don't know. I'm not saying. but we're all thinking, oh, when is it going to be? Is it this week? Is it next week? We don't know. Or even if he doesn't do it at all.
Who knows?
Who knows?
This is a tough balancing act.
Well, you're doing well so far.
Yes.
Because we're only two episodes in.
Yeah. No, that plot has yet to thick. Yes. Well, I don't really have that much else to really touch on, unless there's anything else you guys wanted to mention. I know there's going to be another, like, sort of a B plot happening with Lonnie. I think they sort of set that up by, like, showing him going home and, changing neighborhoods and the racism. And then him going home to his family and that dynamic and stuff. So I feel like
my heart dropped for that.
Yeah, that was
for Lonnie. I was just like, he just wants a friend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he does. Yeah. He's a good egg.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy to root for him. But yeah, no, this just, I guess, to wrap it up for me, this show is off to a great start. So I'm looking forward to watching more and talking about more.
Agreed.
With you guys.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Fully, any final thoughts?
No, I'm loving it. I'm just so awe-inspired by it, just the look of it all, and just the visual art style, and just has me, like, my eyes were just widened, like, just watching this show, and I'm like, damn, why didn't I start watching this when it came out? It just looks so cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't spruik it that hard.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, you did. I remember you saying good things about it. I do. It's I honestly just don't know why I didn't watch it. I mean,
yeah, could have been timing.
It could have been timing. It could have been like,
it was
it's
the
an
start of the
animated
year.
show, and like not a lot of other websites or socials were really talking about it.
Yeah,
much.
it kind of went under the radar, didn't it? Sort of. Yeah, like not a lot of people have been talking about this show at all.
Yeah. So
I'm expecting people probably thought it was like, it's a cartoon, so it's probably just for
Yeah.
kids. But
Probably.
Potentially.
I found enjoyment out of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, it just looks really awesome. I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah, hell yeah. Mike,
Yo.
final spoiler-free thoughts from you. Any cryptic teasers you can leave us with without ruining anything?
Cryptic teasers. Everything's deliberate, and I don't know why, but it always makes me chuckle to to hear his voice. The guy who plays Bentley Whitham, sort of the teacher is a bit of an asshole prick.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
He's voiced by Paul F. Thompson, and I can only hear Mr. Peanut Butter from BoJack Horseman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, he's always fun. It's like, it makes me want to watch BoJack Horseman again. Yeah, there you go. I'm just going to leave you at that.
Nice.
Are we going to be watching these like Disney intended? Like the first 2 episodes was released, and then it was then 3, and then 2.
Oh, is that how they did the release order?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see that. 2, 3.
So does that mean that
2.
3 specific
we can always
episodes
just
would be
do
connected together?
2, 2, 2, and 2, 2.
I mean, whatever works for
5
you
times?
guys. Yeah, we can have a think about it.
Oh.
Michael, if without saying anything in terms of spoilers, the way that Disney intended for the way that they released the episodes, if it was 2, 3, 3, 2, that do you know, or are they all sort of like their own episodes?
So are you talking to me because my earphones just cut out?
Whoops.
No.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay,
great.
all right. I will repeat myself. The way that the episodes were released, are those episodes connected to each other, like the 2, 3, 3, 2, or are they just their own episodes?
I can't remember.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
I mean, they're only like half an hour episodes.
Yeah.
Depends if we want to do it that way.
Yeah, up to you. I'm happy to do the 2, 2, 2, but if you want to do it the way that Disney Plus intended it,
2, 3, 3, 2.
Yeah.
I mean, the 2, 3, 3, 2 might work better considering that we have another show coming out soon. We're gonna need time to talk about. Oh my god!
Oh my goodness!
What's that? I forgot.
It's Peacemaker season 2.
Oh, come on!
Did you notice they've actually released Superman because of that?
Oh, have they?
Yeah, on digital.
Is that why it's on digital now?
Yeah, because it's all to do with they thought Peacemaker was going to be in September,
Right.
but they pushed it to August, so it's actually closer. So it's still going to be in the cinema, but they've released it on digital, so people can actually watch that before Peacemaker season 2, because Superman is required viewing for Peacemaker 2, because. What? It's true. It's all connected. I'm not doing a bit.
I know you're not doing a bit, but holy shit. It means I'm going to have to watch Peacemaker, and I don't like it.
John Cena, Fulya. John Cena. He's so funny. John Cena.
It's so cringy.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Speaking of punching up Nazis.
Oh my god. Okay. I feel like that's the note to end this episode on. Just
Yeah.
Do do do.
Cut.
cut. Done. Let's wrap it up there, and we will surprise people with how we're gonna review the next few episodes. But I think we'll probably do the 2-3-3-2 just for to make it timing's sake, I suppose.
Yep.
Make it seem real, like we're watching it in real time, except it's 8 months later. It's fine.
Never too late. Never too late.
Cool. Never too late. So those are our overall thoughts on Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man episodes 1 and 2, which are the Amazing Fantasy and the Parker Luck. So we'll be back next week to talk about the next batch of episodes. But until then, that was Popcorn Culture. That was our show for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed. A 1, a 2, a 3.
And that
was a
was a
podcast.
podcast called Friend.
Click.
Remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky for the latest Fred content.
If you'd like to listen to Fred the Alien, you can find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts.
If you'd like to watch Fred the Alien, you can head over to youtube.com/Fred the Alien Productions. And if you're watching us right now, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of future content. And if you're watching us live over on Twitch, make sure to give us a follow on the way out, twitch.tv/Fred the Alien Twitch.
Yes, I've been a Kendall Richardson.
I've been a Fulya and Michael.
And I've been the friendly neighborhood Michael Lister. A Michael Lister.
And
you just experienced
a podcast called Friend.
Transition.
Remember to eat beef.
Remember, Freddy lives, Loki dies, the Doctor is in, and there's no time to watch Firefly. I finally find an ending for that. There's now an ending for that. Will that be the end of the podcast, though? That I've now found an ending for it.
No.
Because it rhymes. It all rhymes.
Remember to look after yourself and your mental health, everyone.
Yes, please. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Laters, Gators.
And... See.